Hi, I'm Yanira,
And I'm Vicky.
and we're here at PUC looking at two pieces of artwork. The first one is Lamentation by Giotto.
And the second one will be Madonna and Child by Ducio.
The painting we are looking at is called The Lamentation. It was created by an Italian artist named Giotto. It was created in 1305. It's basically a visual painting of the mourning of Christ. The painting was thought to be original because Giotto was the first person to incorporate his own style into art. He brought life into substances that used to be flat way before the Renaissance period came along.
So, what do you think is the meaning of the Lamentation?
Well, I think Giotto liked to make a story out of his murals. This mural is made in fresco, so it shows the tragic and emotional grief of his characters. For example, the emotional power it gives you of seeing Mary while holding up her son, it seems as though you see the actual humanity in the picture. You can see the grief Mary has, and you can see that she's hysterical at what has just happened to her son.
Um, the angels appear to be quite hysterical too, don't you agree?
They actually do. If you look at their faces, they look to be as though they're screaming or crying with lots of sadness and grief, and they're just really sad with the whole situation.
Now, if you look at the background with the tree and the hill, doesn't it look kind of misplaced in this picture?
Well, it's interesting that you would notice that. Giotto never incorporated anything into his paintings that didn't serve a purpose. Therefore, that tree serves a big purpose, and so does the hill. For instance, the hill in the back is meant to draw our eyes towards Christ, so that Christ becomes the middle of the painting.
The second piece we'll be looking at today is Madonna and Child by Ducio. This piece has two other known names, Stokelet Madonna and the Stroganoff Madonna, after its first and second recorded owners.
So the Metropolitan Museum just recently purchased this for $45 million?
Million.
Well, it's because there's only 13 surviving artworks by Ducio.
So his artwork is rare,
It
considered very
is.
rare.
It is very rare.
This artwork is a demonstration of not only the human interaction between mother and child, but also the relationship of the humane and divine. As you can see, Mary right here, her gaze is on baby Jesus, and it can be explained as intimate and sorrowful at the same time.
Another thing viewers should be aware of is the way the baby looks. Christ doesn't look as though he's actually an infant. He looks as though he was an older man. Do you see that?
Oh, so it's not a very proportionate um, picture
Of him, no. Because he looks older because as we know, Jesus was wise when he walked this earth. So it's a reflection of that. We're supposed to be seeing the mature, wise Jesus, not an infant who wouldn't know anything.
Yes, and this is actually not the only depiction of baby Jesus and Mary. There are several variations by other artists, such as Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and there's a few more.
Yeah, but what makes this one so unique is the way he uses the color schemes. If you notice, the painting has so much gold in it. The gold was so that it could draw our attention to Mary and the child.
But the colors have long faded since when he first painted it, which is
Well, if you mean the blue that she's wearing, it has faded. Originally, it was not such a gloomy blue. The painting was actually a liveful, happy painting. It was not meant to be so gloomy.
well, yeah, of course. The painting's pigments have long faded since when it was first created around the 1300s. But in real life, if you've seen this at the Metro Museum, this painting has a pretty low quality that even some scholars thought that this art piece was a forgery. But this argument was settled a while ago because they did research and the pigment and framing and everything else was consistent with Ducio's previous works. In conclusion, both artworks of Giotto and Ducio aim to portray the relationship between divine and humane.